Hey guys, it's Coach Mazzoni, and I'm talking today about stats. Do your stats matter? Stats in terms of your batting average and your fielding percentage and your ERA and all that. And then I'm also talking about stats such as radar guns, pop times, 60 times, and all that. Here's why stats and those things don't matter to some people, and then I'll talk a little bit about why they do. Stats and things to a coach like me don't matter tremendously. Because number one, I don't know if the stats are accurate. I don't know if your batting average, your ERA, or even your 60 time that you're sending me is truly accurate and verified. That's one. Number two is I don't know if your stats tell me anything about your level of competition. Let's face it, if you're up on the border of Canada and you hit 600, that's probably the equivalent of hitting 295 down in South Florida. The level of baseball is so much more intense in the warmer weather, or baseball's the primary sport, where ice fishing and skiing are probably the primary sports up in Canada. No offense and no problem. They're wonderful. So you might send me a stat and say, well, I hit 600, that's going to get me recruited. The reality is your 600 batting average doesn't tell me if you can hit an 87 mile an hour slider with a 1-2 count and 2 outs and a man on second. Okay, just the way your 60 time, if you run a 6-8, doesn't tell me you're truly a base stealer. You might run a 7-1, or a player that runs a 7-1 is a great base stealer because they just have the knack for it. Now, the other side of that is some coaches will start to get interested based on strikeout numbers, or based on your stolen base numbers, or based on your power home run numbers. So it's important to include those things when you're writing a coach or talking to a coach, but at the same token, you need to learn more about whether a coach truly does care about that to know whether they're going to recruit you based off of those numbers. So stats matter to some coaches, don't matter to other coaches just the same way. Pop times and radar gun times and 60 times matter to some coaches, but don't matter to others. You should always be working to be the best player you can be, but your stats aren't always the be-all, end-all in the recruiting process.